May I come in?
Yeah.
Hey, you've seemed very troubled this evening. What's wrong?
Look. We're going to war. Luna doesn't know if they'll win. This could be the last time I talk to her.
This is grim news.
It knew.
Hmm?
That thing, the fourth-dimensional being. It knew. It must have. Why else would it have told me not to cross over again? It knew Universe A was going to war. It knew I'd want to help. How could it have known?
Those creatures do not measure time as we do. We can only conceive time as a linear progression. Past, present, future, they are all happening simultaneously, though we cannot experience it as it truly is.
What if they need our help? What if they lose their war? They could die.
Even when not faced with war, death is always a possibility. Life is fleeting. It is best not to consider the what-ifs.
This is the worst day of my life.
Not to be cynical, sister, but that's only because your memory is short. We've faced far worse tragedy than this, I promise you.
We have?
Yes, many times. And even during the bleakest of days, we have always managed to pull through.
How? How did we survive things worse than this? I know this doesn't really affect us, but it hurts so much. I don't want my friend to die.
Death is a part of life, and our lives are long. Before our time has come, we will lose many ponies we love. I won't sugarcoat it for you, Luna. It doesn't get easier. You will experience every loved one's passing as though it were the first. The only way to get through the pain is not to dwell on it.
How do you do it?
Deal with loss?
Not just that, but everything. All the tragedy that comes with life. I know you've experienced a lot. What do? You just ignore it?
No, one should never ignore the sorrows of life.
I thought you said not to dwell on it.
Yes, do not dwell on pain, but more importantly, do not ignore it. During my many centuries in Equestria, I've experienced much heartache. I've made mistakes. I've hurt ponies I never wished to hurt. Just because I do not dwell on these mistakes does not mean that I ignore them. I learn from them. That's the greatest lesson I've learned in all of my years as a ruler. You must learn from your mistakes.
How?
Well, whenever one of my decisions yields harsh consequences, I stop and think very hard about the choice I've made.
How is that any different from dwelling on it?
It's all about how much time you spend thinking about it. Whenever something I've done hurts someone in an unjustifiable manner, I try my best to feel the full extent of their pain, though I don't do so for any longer than necessary. Then I ask myself, could I have prevented this from happening? Sometimes the answer is no, but more often than not the answer is yes. So then you have to think about which choice of yours it was that caused the pain. Then you figure out alternative choices you could have made that would have been better. Once you feel that you've analyzed your decision enough to make a better choice in the future, you move on. You hope that whatever situation you are in doesn't occur again, but you know now that if it does, you will make a better decision, or at least try to. In the end, all anyone can expect from you is that you try and learn each time you screw up.
Is that all?
No, there is something else you must consider, something equally important that goes hoof in hoof with one's poor decisions.
What's that?
Your good ones. The decisions you made that were able to bring the ones you love joy. If you spend all of your time thinking about your shortcomings, you'll forget all of the wonderful things you've done. Our failings tend to stick out to us more than our triumphs, but even in our darkest hour we must never forget how much we mean to the ponies that care about us.
Okay.
Does that help?
A little. Do you think they'll be okay?
Of course! Celestia A is as intelligent and powerful as she is unpredictable. I feel sorry for the poor bastard that picked a fight with her.
I wish we didn't have to fight. Any of us. The ponies of this universe and theirs and all the others will never know. I hate fighting.
I know you do. Sometimes it's necessary, though. Sometimes you have to fight to protect the ones you love. It doesn't make it any less ugly, though. War is a terrible, terrible thing. Even if your side is victorious, no one truly wins. If you ever have to fight, make sure it's for the right reasons.
I will. I promise.